Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's See What Happens. I'm the world's address, and it's been a long time, and for that, I really am sorry. Life happens sometimes. So, there you go. But, today we're going to be playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. We're going to start a brand new character, and we're going to go through the Kingmaker campaign. So, let's not waste any time. We're going to do the main story. This should be pretty fun. I get the benefit of doing something with Pathfinder, which I truly love, and without having to have all of the people needed to do the campaign in one place. There are a couple of other scenarios, but I don't own them. So we're just going to do the main story. Alright, we're just going to do normal, because while I do want a challenge, this is a CRPG, which is not my typical forte, so we'll go from there. So, normal is probably fine. Somewhat easier. Auto level up is... We're going to leave it an off for right now. Actually, no. I want my companions to auto level up. I don't want to have to deal with everybody in my party. I just want to deal with whatever's going to be the main character. So, we're going to create a new one, because that's going to be fun. So this first episode is more than likely going to be quite a bit of me making a character and hemming and hawing over all of the bips and bops and all of that stuff. So let's go from there, shall we? So, I like the idea. I like the idea of a half-orc for a character. I also like this scarred-up gentleman. He looks fun. Oh, she looks badass. All of this is official Pathfinder art as well from Paizo. So that is very cool. I would love to, and I more than likely will, go through all of these portraits and stuff and snag them for my various games for NPCs. Ooh. Oh, she looks badass. Okay, anyway, what are you? What's this? Ooh. That's a scary one. I'm gonna go with this guy. I like the idea of playing a half-orc. And he looks pretty cool. So, half-orcs get a +2 to 1 ability score. Any ability that I want. Strength, Dex, Con, Int, Wiz, and Charisma. Or Cha if you want. Who cares? They are also intimidating. They get a +2 bonus on persuasion checks when used to intimidate due to their fearsome nature. They have Orc Weapon Familiarity, which means that anything that has the prefix Orc on it, they are, they're proficient with. So Great Axes and Falchions, as well as Orcish Double Axe, I think is one of the Orc weapons, and I think there might be an Orc Double Blade. I'm not sure. And Ferocity. When a half-orc is brought below 0 hit points but not killed, they can fight on for one more round as if disabled. At the end of the next turn, unless brought above 0, they immediately fall unconscious. So they basically get to fight past unconsciousness just on sheer tenacity and anger and rage, basically. So, and this is just various fluff about half-orcs. Half-orcs get the worst of both worlds. Still, while not exactly accepted, half-orcs in civilized society tend to be valued for their martial prowess. Which is why I like to play a half-orc that is not a typical martial class, if I can. I like to buck traditions with my race class combinations. Because it's fun. It makes things a little more challenging. You don't have to be the standard human fighter, elven, druid, gnomish, whatever. Like, you can do whatever you want, and that's the best part about Pathfinder, D&D, those sorts of things. So they're usually forced to grow up hard and fast, constantly fighting for protection to make names for themselves. Feared, distrusted, and spat upon, half-orcs still consistently manage to surprise their detractors with great deeds and unexpected wisdom, though sometimes it's easier just to crack a few skulls. And that's kind of what we're going to play with that. So body type wise, we're going to make I don't mind body type 4. He's a little lean. Maybe not quite as muscled. Still, like, you can see his arms. Like, this dude is still jacked, but he's wiry. He's lean muscle. Can I turn this? And then can I zoom in to where I can see better? No. But if I... Ooh, ew. That's a jovial dude. Menacing. That guy's... you know what? I do like number 1. Number 1 is kind of had it. He's pretty well done with your nonsense. Color-wise, though, I like this kind of dark turquoise would be the best kind of description that I've got for it. Something like that. Hair-wise, it's probably going to be a mohawk. I do like the mohawk with ponytail. Though, the long hair looks good too. I think the guy in our picture has a sort of a shortcut. Though that is not bad either. Okay, so it's a toss-up between sort of shaved sides ponytail and mohawk short ponytail, sort of fluffy ponytail. But it should also be white is good. Blue is not different enough from his skin color. I like the red, because you can just say that it was dyed. Yeah, this looks good. I'll do that. He's right-handed because I am right-handed. That has no bearing whatsoever. That's a good-looking guy. He'll do. Alright. So. Now I get to pick my class, and this is going to be hard because there are a lot of them. Everything from Arcane Trickster down, except for maybe... Nope, Duelist as well. Weird. These are all prestige classes. They all have prereqs. So if I, without them I can't do... Without the prerequisites, I can't do the things that I need to do. Now, typically you'll see half-orcs be barbarians, fighters, even monks. I want to do something different. And I haven't actually thought this out at all. So, there's that. I also haven't played this game at all. I made a character just to go through the character creation like last week, and just sort of toyed around with that, and it's very good. It's very robust. It's just like making a character in regular Pathfinder. It's awesome. But that was as far as I got. I haven't actually played the game. A druid would be cool. A druid wouldn't be a bad idea. So there is an alignment restriction. I think you have to be... what is it that you have to be? Man, I've forgotten. Chaotic, I believe. Or neutral. It's one of the two of those. You have to be one of them. Yeah, you have to be neutral to be a druid. It tells you when you look at it. So while some druids might keep to the fringe of battle, allowing companions and summoned creatures to fight while they confound foes with the powers of nature. Others transform into deadly beasts and savagely wade into combat. Druids worship personifications of elemental forces, natural powers, or nature itself. Typically, this means devotion to a nature deity, although druids are just as likely to revere vague spirits, animalistic demigods, or even specific awe-inspiring natural wonders, a la lightning, hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfire, stuff like that. So, I'm going to go with druid. I think that could be fun. And I think this will really go in with the half-orc ferocity if, when I can, I start doing wild shape. Because here's wolf, leopard, small elemental, bear, smilodon, which is a dinosaur, huge elemental, shambling mound, stuff like that. As you go up, the levels, you get different things that you're able to change into. And this pretty well mimics how the pen and paper Pathfinder works as well. Less specific in the pen and paper Pathfinder, but they obviously are not going to give you everything that you would be able to. Oh, Smilodon, I have been told, been shown, is not actually a dinosaur. It's a saber-toothed tiger. So before you make the comment, that particular comment, I was wrong. So there's regular druid, there's blight druid, which I don't want to do. They specialize in rot and such like that, and I'm good. Rot and decay. Defender of the True World, they special in tracking down, diverting, and slaying Fey threats. That could be interesting. And the Fey Speaker, which is, I think, the opposite of that. Some druids hear the whispers of the natural world like Fey creatures do, and learn to mimic those tantalizing murmurs in order to influence the minds of both wild beasts and civilized people. So they are a little bit more towards messing with your mind. I don't want to do that either. I'm just going to do a regular, straight up and down druid. I think that could be fun. And if you wish to skip complex character creation, you may instead select a fully prepared character build for your preferred class. This prepared build has all the ability scores and skills already distributed, and all the features, feats, and spells are already selected. A prepared build will also allow you to automatically level up the character throughout the whole game if auto level up in difficulty options is set to all possible. No, I don't want to do that. I want to build him myself. Yeah, I'll build him myself. Okay, so I'm going to choose my bond. So I can either bond to an animal companion, or I can bond to a domain. They're close. Animal companion is self-explanatory. You get an animal companion, like a fox or a wolf or a crow or snake, I think a hedgehog. All of those are possibilities. Domain is less self-explanatory. Their close tie to the natural world grants the druid one of the following cleric domains: air, animal, earth, fire, plant, water, or weather. I'm leaning towards domain because I would very much like to make a weather druid. I think that could be fun. When determining the powers and bonus spells granted by this domain, the druid's effective cleric level is equal to her druid level. A druid that selects this option also receives additional domain spell slots, just like a cleric. She must prepare the spells from her domain in this slot, and the spell cannot be used to cast a spell spontaneously. I'm going to go with domain, and we're going to go with weather domain. So, with power over storm and sky, you can call down the wrath of the gods upon the world below. As a standard action, you can create a storm burst targeting any foe within 30 feet as a ranged touch attack. The storm burst deals 1d6 points of damage plus 1 point for every 2 levels you possess. So at the very beginning, at level 1, it's 1d6 plus 1. At level 3, it's 1d6 plus 2. At level 5, 1d6 plus 3, and so on and so forth as you go along. In addition, the target is buffeted by winds and rain, causing it to take a -2 on attack rolls for 1 round, which is huge. You can use this ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus your wisdom modifier score. The domain spells that I can choose from as well are Snowball, Summon Small Elemental, Call Lightning, which is what I will definitely be picking, Slowing Mud, Ice Storm, Sirocco, which is a tornado? I have to look that up now. S-I-R. A Hot Wind. Oh, okay, neat. Like Dust Storm. There we go. Firestorm, Sunburst, and Tsunami. Of all of those, the first one that I would pick would definitely be Call Lightning, but I think they go in order, 1, 2, and on and on and on. There. So, yeah, we're going to do Weather Domain. So at level 1, I get something, and at 8th level, I get Lightning Lord. As a swift action, you can call down a bolt of lightning. And you can do it, wow, a number of times per day equal to your level. 8 times, holy crap. A swift action means you can do it in addition to move minor, or move in a standard action. That's nuts. Being able to do Call Lightning as a swift action and then do Call Lightning as a standard action is bananas. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Alright, good. Next. So, this might not be the right portrait anymore. We're going to take a quick look to see if maybe there is a right portrait for what my half-orc dude is going to look like. And the answer to that is no, there isn't. What is that? Ooh, she's cool though. Okay, never mind. I was seeing if that maybe a better one. There's not a better portrait, unfortunately. So, now, I need to focus on wisdom, because wisdom is what's going to augment a lot of my druid abilities. So, we're doing point buy. I have 25 points. And as you can see right here, this shows me how much the point costs. So I want to get it up to 16. And then I'll take the racial bonus, jumping my wisdom up to an 18. That's going to be really, really great for me right off the bat. Dexterity. We'll get at least a 14. Dexterity at a 12 for that initiative bonus. Charisma I can actually leave at a 10. I'm only going to have but so many spells, so I need to figure out... Let's see. Druids in Pathfinder also have a restriction on metal, so I won't be able to use very many weapons, but I think... Yeah. That's actually not bad. So this will at least give me a +1 to my attack, to my damage, but a +2 to my attack when I take weapon finesse for a light blade, which is something that my druid will more than likely be able to use. If not, we'll come back to skills and switch that up. So, in terms of skill points, I definitely am looking at perception. I have 5 points total, so you pick 5 skills. Oh, that's easy. You pick the class skills. That's the way you do it. Athletics, which is nice. Athletics, Knowledge Arcana, Knowledge World, Nature Lore, and Perception. Those are all pretty good. I would like some stealth in there too, but it's not a big deal. No persuasion or use magic device, and that's also fine. Can't do persuasion without charisma, weird that use magic device is also charisma. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. Alright. So, if we come over here, looks like my melee attacks are at a +1, my ranged attacks are at a +2. I will definitely be doing more ranged attacks than melee. I will probably give myself a bow and arrow, and then like a short sword. Initiative is +2. I'm going to get 3 level 1 spells. That's nice. My AC is a 12, flat-footed it's 10, touch it's 12, 30 speed, and my saving throws are +4, +2, +6. I am really strong against anything that's going to affect my will. So, mental attacks, a lot of magic effects, stuff like that. Illusions and the like. Okay. So, really and truly, it's not a bad idea to do the either one of these 2 feats. Spell focus. Choose a school of magic. Any spells you cast of that school are more difficult to resist. Benefit, you add a +1 to the DC for all saving throws against spells from the school of magic you select. Now that's a good idea. I'm going to pick point blank shot for now, because I get a +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons at ranges of up to 30 feet. That's the one I'm going to pick for now. I will go back and change that if, depending on which spells I can pick. I don't have like the druid spell list memorized by any stretch of the imagination. Why did it... What? That's interesting. We're gonna go for my birthday. There we go. Do I not get to pick my spells? I thought... Wait a minute. Huh. Oh, no. I don't want these. No, thank you. No, I want not that. I would prefer to have, I think Snowball I get regardless. I would prefer... Huh. That's weird. Oh, I'm a spontaneous caster. I think I can cast any of these whenever I want. Alright. I just can cast 3 times a day. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, anyway. Let's check out all of the...
We do it my way.
Oh, I can't hear that very well. Uh-oh.
So many thoughts. So little time.
Oh, you guys aren't going to be able to hear that. Oh, no.
Didn't even break a sweat.
I'm going to find the one that I want.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
Pragmatic. I am a pragmatic sort. And then we're going to go with chaotic neutral, actually. A creature's overall moral and personal attitudes are represented by its alignment. Chaotic characters follow their own consciousness, resent being told what to do, favor new ideas over tradition, and keep their promises only if they feel like it. And neutral characters aren't explained at all. Whatever. We're going to go with chaotic neutral. It's what I like to be. I don't choose good over evil. I kind of go my own way. And for the name, we are going to be the world's address. This isn't the best picture for a druid, but it is what it is. Okay, next. So this is what I'll actually look like. And this is what I'll be. This is what my portrait will be. But this is what I actually look like. So as a quick, just a very quick overview, I've got my stats right here. I'm good at wisdom. And I picked the Constitution just to give me a couple more hit points. So I'm good at wisdom. That's going to augment my spells. My melee attacks have a +1. My ranged has a +2. I'm hoping to, because I took that one feat, that it'll kind of already give me a bow and arrow right off the bat, or a sling, or really anything. +2 to initiative, a 12 AC, 30 speed, 4, 2, and 6 for saving throws. My skills are over here. I'm good at athletics, a couple of different knowledges, a couple of different lores, and then perception, which is great. That will definitely help. I can cast as many level 0 spells as I want, and I can cast 3 level 1 spells per day from my list of level 1 spells. I have druid proficiencies for weapons, which limit me quite a bit, but that's fine. So, moving over to here, for some abilities that I have Treat Affliction. Oh, neat. So I can tend to a single diseased or poisoned character. Fantastic. I have Storm Burst. Lovely. Yeah, that's that one that deals 1d6 points of damage. Nature Sense, Druid Proficiencies. What does that actually mean? That means that I can use a club, dagger, dart, quarterstaff, scimitar, scythe, sickle, short spear, sling, and spear. And they are also proficient with all natural attacks of any form they assume with wild shape. I can use light and medium armor, but I'm prohibited from wearing metal armor, so I can only wear padded, leather, or hide. I can also wear wooden armor that has been altered by the Ironwood spell, so that it functions as though it were steel. I am proficient with shields, except for tower shields, but I can only use wooden ones. So, based on that, I'm kind of looking at, I don't know. I don't even really know what I would do for my weapon. We'll see. We'll see what we get from that, because I think I get some different proficiencies from being a half-orc as well. And that's about it for the character creation. Ooh, here, proficient with great axes and falchions. All right, so that's my character. And now we wait. Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here. I'm hoping that this is loud enough. I will actually scoot that up a bit. Hold on a moment. We're going to do something very, very quickly with the sound. Apparently, not nearly loud enough.
What this was for, just at the Aldori. We're looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
Oh, Miri, never change. Hold on. We are gonna up the voices quite a bit more, and the master volume a bit as well. Usually things are too loud. This is the first time they've been kind of too soft.
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping
that's
you
so
here.
much better.
Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Eldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
Amiri doesn't care. She is a barbarian, actually. She is one of the I can't remember the term that they use for them, but she is one of the main characters in Pathfinder. If you read the comics or look at any of the rule books, she is all over the place in there. So she is one of their in-world characters.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Yikes.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Which one is Lindsay? I'm looking for a small person. Oh, she's right there. There. Okay, they do show. Wonderful. Good. And dialogue. So this... Oh, I was going to show you where I am. I'm this person right here.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
I just want to very quickly thank the game makers for the game devs for not making me have to read all of this out loud and struggle through everybody's name. So seriously, thank you so much.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Indeed.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
So, basically what that means is that this whole campaign is laid out for you to become powerful enough to seize the Stolen Lands and become ruler. And that is very interesting. It's very intriguing, and I'm very curious to see how a half-orc druid is going to pull that off. This could be the beginning of something just absolutely amazing.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
I'm just going to go down the list, because all of these are pretty good questions. There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
Harem here has a point.
If I may please answer the question.
She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Which is interesting. So, why not just recognize this Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
I mean, she's not wrong.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
Yikes. You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
I don't like him. You're not meant to, and I understand that. But I don't like him.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
That's also a fair point.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Noticing you've heard her comment, she winks at you coyly. Tieflings are fun, and I definitely thought about making a tiefling character. A tiefling cleric would actually be another one of those kind of turned on their head expectation class race combinations that could have been a lot of fun. What rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once
There
you
you
return
go.
victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Which is very generous. Almost too generous, you could say, actually. I don't trust them to not stab you in the back once you've done all the dirty work. But we shall see. Now this Kingmaker, I should say, is also a campaign adventure path that you can actually buy in the pen and paper format. Like, you can buy the Kingmaker adventure path by Paizo and play that with your friends as a, as a tabletop RPG. It's been out for years. I just never got around to playing it. So I have no idea how it plays out. And I don't know how different this particular game is from the source material.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
I want her to be in my team so bad.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Well, you've just got a Miri.
Now you're talking.
All right, we're going to go with it as clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Will do, Yosef. All right.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So Shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
So we're gonna go with, I'm not gonna try to be mean to anybody right off the bat. All of your interactions, if this plays out like any other tabletop RPG or any other CRPG, which is what this is, then all of your interactions matter. So I'm going to try to not be a jerk to anybody. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm the world's address. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something.
Sure.
How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is Barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Wait, a book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain.
Okay.
You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
That is probably one of the best points that's been made in this game so far. Also, it should be noted that I am super biased in favor of bards. I think that they are great characters. They are incredibly useful to a group. They are awesome. You can build a bard that is just amazing with Pathfinder. I have always loved playing a bard. They are great. You should check out what all they can do. I knew, because I've done like this beginning part far enough in to save, I knew that I was getting a bard, so I didn't make another bard. That is the only reason. Though I could make a bard that was completely different from whatever it is that Lindsay does, which I don't know what she does, so I'd have to play first, and then maybe I'll make another character. Who knows?
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Not a bad plan. It's settled then. I'll accomplish the feats, and you'll write them down. Though to be fair, I really dig Scythe Lady.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Good night. All right. The first step on the road to glory. My quill takes its first sip of the ink Oh. That was not enough time for me to read all of that. Anyway. Okay, so you can click on the location you want to walk to. It's a standard CRPG style thing. The location will be marked with a special symbol. If the location is inaccessible, the symbol will instead appear in the nearest accessible location. That's good. Alright, so down here we've got my... Oh, wow. 6 people, huh? Woof. Anyway, sorry. Down here, I've got what will be my party, and it looks like I can have up to 6 people. Right here, the 1 through equals and Q and E are my spells. I have Entangle, and if I... Can I zoom out farther? Yeah, I've zoomed out as far as I can get. You can see that Entangle can be cast all the way out to, like, here from where I'm standing. I've got Cure Light Wounds, which I will definitely be using quite a bit, I'm sure. Snowball, which is also got a rather large area that I can cast it within. That deals 1d6 points of cold damage per level with a max of 5d6, which is not bad. Charge, which will get me to where I need to go to quickly if I need to stab somebody. Coup de grace, which is something that you can do when someone's helpless. You automatically hit and score a critical hit. If the defender survives, they have to make a fort save, which is a DC 10 plus the attacker's base attack plus the melee damage attribute modifier plus the weapon's critical modifier, or die. So for me, that would be 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3, I think, because I use a scimitar. So like a 14. 15, rather. Delivering a coup de grace provokes attacks of opportunity from threatened opponents, and you can't deliver a coup de grace against a creature that is immune to critical hits. So blobs, automatons, skeletons, zombies, the undead, just in general, I think. And then we've got Treat Affliction, which I think I said before. I can save somebody that's diseased or poisoned, possibly. Stormburst, which we went over already as well. And then I can fight defensively, where I take a -4 on attack rolls, but I get a +2 to my armor class, which lest we forget, I believe is still a 12. This is my spell book. These are my abilities. Lovely. Ah, and this is stuff that's on my belt. Oh, lovely. That's actually super helpful. I can stealth, and I can click to deactivate the AI if I wanted to control everybody. But I probably won't do that. I'll let the AI kind of do what it's going to do. So, this is the world's address. It has taken me quite a bit of time to make the character, as you should on the first time you make a character. Let's zoom in on him. Boy, he looks cool, eating some stuff out of his pouches. We're going to go ahead and just very quickly save the game. As you can see, I made another character who was also a half-orc. I've got a thing for half-orcs, and I named him also World's Address, but we're going to save. Oh, yeah, I think... Yeah, I did a different type of half-orc. We're going to save here. Fantastic. And looking down at the timer, that is going to do it for this episode. We were able to make a character. Oh, wow. Holy cow. And investigate a few of the inner workings of the... Whoa. That's a lot of commands that you can do. Holy crap. Okay. Sure. And we've looked at some of the stuff that we're going to be able to do. We've gotten the story started, and in the next episode, we'll talk to some people, and we will get the story underway. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your busy day to drop in and see what I'm up to. Sorry that I was gone for so long, but I do plan to be fairly active again. But as always, I'm the World's Address, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.